Have you ever wondered if you were living in a haunted house? You know, the veil between the worlds is getting thinner as we approach Samhain, Halloween. That allows the spirits to interact with us a little more freely. So I thought that I would share a list of 10 things to expect if your house is haunted. Number 1, unexplained noises. If you are laying in bed one night and you hear a big bang and there's no, it's not ice falling from the ice maker and you just can't find a reason for it, look around a little harder for some of the other clues. Number 2 is unexplained smells. Sometimes you just might smell something like a cigar or jasmine or some really tacky perfume. Spirits definitely have a smell, and bad spirits have a very bad smell. But if you're walking through pockets of odor that should not exist, that's something to consider also. Number 3, are you walking through cold spots? Do you have cold spots in your house that simply should not be there? If so, there's another reason to consider and look around a little harder. Number 4, do you have objects that disappear and then reappear later? Sometimes in the exact same spot, sometimes in an absolute crazy spot, like underneath a shelf and hidden from view, and there's absolutely no way you put it there, but yet that's where you found it. Because I've had strange things like that happen to me before, and that is definitely a sign of a haunting. Okay, number 5, let me pull up my handy dandy list. Are you having electrical issues? The real haunted house that I lived in, the one that was really bad, I used to have a lot of issues with the electricity, like a heater turning on and off on its own. And it was completely unexplainable because it just couldn't happen. I mean, you can't miracle a turn knob to turn on its own. It just, no, something was messing with it. And that's another sign of that you may have a spirit or, a haunting going on in your home, is when you have odd little electrical things like that that can't be explained. If you have doors or cabinets or anything like that opening on their own, that's another sign. If you are seeing moving shadows and it can't be explained by the sun going behind a cloud or behind trees, etc., that's something to think about, because that would actually be the spirit walking. Do you feel like you're being watched? If you feel like you're being watched, you probably are. We possess that intuition for a reason. It's part of our fight or flight reactions, is we perceive the danger somehow. But everybody feels the energy field around you, and when something is there, you feel it. Do you ever feel like you are being touched or tickled? Because I have had times when it was almost like I just walked through a spider web or something and I hadn't moved, but it was like all tickly, and it shouldn't have been, and it wasn't always. It was just every now and then. But if you feel like you're being touched, and I've felt that too, or tickled, that's another sign that your house might be haunted. Are you hearing voices or whispers or cries or anything like that? That is also a sign of a haunting. If it can't be explained and no one is watching TV and no one is on the internet and listening to something, Where's it coming from? That's another sign that your house is haunted. So these are my top 10 signs that you could be experiencing an increase in spiritual activity in your home or wherever. And it may possibly ease off after Halloween. But then again, it may be that you're in a home where this kind of thing happens all the time. Well, relax, because there are things you can do. You can clear your house. Start with a smudge stick. Waft the smoke into every nook and cranny in the house. Get you some holy water and make a symbol that means something to you. If you're Wiccan, it would be a pentagram. If you're Christian, make a cross. Go through every entrance to your house, every window, every door, and mark the symbol with the holy water. Then take salt and surround your house completely. Take your broom, sweep, and as you are doing it, and you don't even have to touch the ground, just sweep, you're sweeping the energy. Order the energy, if you are negative, out. Period. Only love and light can stay. And if you say that, it will have to go. Scoot it on out the door, put your protections in place, and there you go. If the activity doesn't stop, it should lessen significantly. The bottom line is you are protected now. So enjoy. And I hope that, I've helped someone. So if you guys need to know anything in particular about how to handle any of this, shoot it down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you guys for joining me. Oh, now I can't cut it off.